Hi everybody, thanks for pressing play on the video today. It's Caroline here from craftycarolinecreates.com. Today's project is this absolutely gorgeous gift box. Look how beautiful that is. Decorated using this tag, which we will make in a second. And inside it opens up just at the front like this. Oops, slide this ribbon off the top and it will open up the front like that. And I've made it actually to be a little gift set of gift tags, but you of course could just make it and pop anything inside of it. But I think as a gift set of gift tags it will sell really well at Christmas fairs, which is my hope, that I will sell a few of these when I do some fairs. To show you these tags, so these are beautiful, all made using this beautiful gold, it's not gold, it's copper foil card, which I've also used on the outside of the box. And the shapes are very easy to cut out using, upside down, the Merriest Framelits. So I'll show you how they work together. My sort of thought was you could make your own little gift tags with one of these decorative ones, a little hand stamped to and from frame like that. And then I've also popped in the front here sort of about 1 meter of this beautiful, what's this called? This is the craft rope trim. Here it is, about 1 meter of that in the front. The idea is that you can build up your own tags like that. So that was theory. Hopefully it goes down well at some craft fairs. And I think the box itself would sell really well actually. And if you received, you know, a lovely necklace in there or something, just be really, really beautiful. So let's get on and show you how I made it, because that's quite a bit of babbling at the beginning. So we are going to start by showing you how to make the tag. So as I said, Merriest Framelits, you get 7 dies in here. I've used them a lot, really like them. So there's a Christmas tree, the one we're going to use with the reindeer and the trees. This is just a really gorgeous decorative one, and then there's a few smaller baubles as well. So we're going to use these 2 today. Let's take those out and bring in our big shot. Okay, whoa, made everything vibrate. So I've prepped this up. This is the magnetic platform and then the precision base plate on top, because this die is a little bit intricate, so we want as much help as we can. It does pop out relatively easily, but the precision base plate does make that a little bit easier. So I'm going to put that die down on a bit of that gorgeous copper foil, and then I have here some emerald envy cardstock, and I'm just going to cut out, oh, the wrong way around. The pattern one goes on the emerald envy and the circle goes on the gold foil, the copper foil. Stop saying gold, it would look lovely in gold, but copper foil is just gorgeous as well, and very on trend actually. I was looking for some new lights. There's a lot of copper sort of light fittings going on at the moment, so very trendy to have copper in your home, it would appear. So as you know, I like to go all the way through and then come all the way back out. Okay, I'll just pop those off, move the big shot out of the way. This one of course pops out really simple, and you can see how you get that gorgeous bauble shape. Just look how beautiful and reflective that foil is. And then this one is our little reindeers and Christmas trees. So I'm just going to use my Big Shot die brush, and that will just help me to pop that out of the die. That a really good roll over, and there we go. We can pop that out nicely. Oh, just a little bit between his legs. Away, still to go. There we go. Okay, and then all we need to do is to glue those on top of each other, and you can see how easy that was to make that. I'm just going to use a little bit of Tombow on the back of here. Tiny bit. You could use the fine tip glue pen as well, or any adhesive that you like for doing these little intricate patterns, and then that's just going to pop on top of, oh, I made a mess there, never mind, that's just going to pop on top like that. Okay, and of course you keep doing that to make lots of tags to go inside the box. But to make the box itself, let me just give that a second more with pressure to make sure it's stuck down properly. There we go. To make the box itself, we're going to bring in our scoring board, Old Faithful, very regularly used item, and 3 pieces of cardstock. So we have a large piece. This measures 7.5 by 5.25 inches. 2 smaller bits. This bit measures 3 3/4 by 4 1/8, and this bit 2 3/8 by 5 inches. All of the dimensions are on my blog as always, so pop over craftycarolinecreates.com and you can write those all down from there if you miss any on the video. So we're going to start by scoring this piece, which is said 7.5 by 5.25. We're going to score it along the long side at 1/2 inch, 3.5 inches, 4 inches, and at 7 inches. Turn it round. We're going to score it on the short side at 1/2 inch and at 4 3/4 inch. Okay, a smaller bit. So the bit that measures 3 3/4 by 4 1/8 inch, on the 3 3/4 side, we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, at 1 inch, and at 1.5 inches. Our last bit, 2 3/8 by 5 inches, we are going to score this one at 2 inches and at 2.5 inches and at 3 inches. Okay, so all our scoring done, so let's pop that away, and we'll just quickly fold and burnish all the edges on our largest piece. Just 2 edges. How many more are there to do? 2 edges, 1 there and 1 there. Okay. And then on these pieces, what we are going to do is we're going to fold and burnish, but slightly differently. So the first piece we are going to just fold over as we would normally do. But then the second bit, we're going to fold it in the opposite direction. So the second score line in the opposite direction. And then the third score line back the first way. So just concertina folding those 3 like that. Okay. And the same on this piece. So the first one way, then the second one needs to go back in the other direction. So we're just folding those, and the third one back again. So we're making our little inserts to go in our box. So as soon as we're working on those, let's just whack some Tombow along that fold, and then we can glue those up together. Okay, just give it a second for the Tombow to dry. That's one. And then let's take this one, and again Tombow along the fold, just fold that over like that. Okay, so put those to one side and we will work on our little box here. So what we are going to do is these little lines that we've made, we're going to cut up 1, 2, 3 and 4 on either side. Okay, and then just notch these out ever so slightly, because they're not very big, so if you notch them out too much you're not going to end up very much of a flat, but you do just want to notch them out a little bit just to make it that little bit easier to fold them up. Okay, brilliant. Right, let's start building it up. So what I'm going to do is choose 4 flaps, so either side, it doesn't matter, we are still symmetrical at this point. I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow, or you could use Fuse, or any other strong adhesive on either of these flaps. Okay, and then just fold those up. I'm just going to hold it for a second. So so it sticks, because Tombow is brilliant. It gives you that bit of wiggle room, but it does just take a minute to dry. So we're just going to fold those 4 up at the bottom. The last one here. Okay. And then just close the lid over on itself. And then wrap it round, and a bit of Tombow on the flap just there, you can see that. So just wrap that flap round the box and then glue that shut. Got a little bit too much Tombow, so let's just take that off. So I'm gluing that shut around the corner of the box, okay? So I'll just make sure that that lid fits perfectly. So do the other side, so fold the flap over like that, and then put a bit of Tombow on and fold it neatly closed. Like that. And just give that again a second to dry. Just make sure you haven't stuck your box closed. There we go. Okay, so that is our basic box. Just peel that back, and then we're going to pop inside our insert. So this one is going to be where our string is going to go, so you can see how that pops in. So again, just going to put a bit of Tombow on the bottom, hold that in place. Okay, and then this is going to go that way, and we can put our tags on either side. So a little bit of Tombow on the back just to hold that in place, it doesn't fall out. Okay, so that is looking pretty good as a box. Final way to decorate it, just have a little bit here. This is the copper foil. I put the dimensions for these mats on my blog. So copper foil with a bit of real red cardstock on top, and we'll just stick that down on the front of our box. Again, Tombow is perfect for this. Stick that down, there we go. And the sentiment I've used on the example, it says Merriest Wishes. That comes from the Coordinating Merriest Wishes stamp set. You can buy this and the dies to make the tags and get 10% off the price of both of them, so it's a good way to buy these. So this lovely Merriest Wishes stamp set, and of course these stamps coordinate, so you can really dress up your tags. So I've already mounted that Merriest Wishes, some real red cardstock, and I have a little piece of white here, white which measures, let me tell you how much it measures, I haven't written it down. It measures 2 by 1 inches for this little bit of cardstock. Inking up my stamp, and I'm just going to stamp in the middle of that Merriest Wishes. There we go. Couldn't really see that very well actually around the tripod, but you get the impression. Quite a nice little set. So I'm going to stick that down using some dimensionals, which are here. A few of those on the back. There we go. So that is going to go down roughly in the centre of the box, lining up with the red. There we go. And the tag that we made earlier, this is the beautiful tag we made earlier, is then going to stick on over there like that, again with some dimensionals. Okay, let's peel those off. And that's just going to go down something like that. Okay, and then to finish it off and to help keep the top of the box closed, you see where it's gaping a little bit, we're going to use that ribbon that I showed you earlier. There's not ribbon, craft rope trim it's called. So I'm just going to go through the hole of a bauble or a gift tag with this trim. Just go through, there we go. Take that round. Oh, let's pull that taut. There we go. And tie that off in a knot, because I hate bows, so I'm going to do a knot. And this works well tying in knots, this ribbon. it's not a ribbon, let's call it a rope or whatever you think it is. It's just a nice, really nice rustic sort of decorative finish. I think it ties this off perfectly. Cut those tails, and there we go. Two really beautiful boxes that are also gift sets, but as I said, you could use these to gift so many beautiful things. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.